So I've just seen Pirates of the Caribbean and or Caribbean. I like saying Caribbean, except of course it doesn't sound right when you use the title Pirates of the Caribbean. So I've just seen Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End, which is the third one. I did like the second one, despite popular, critical, whatever the opposite of acclaim is. Everyone hated it. Felt it raised particularly more questions than answers. But as for the third one, at World's End, that is, Pirates of the Caribbean, it's not a bad movie, at least for what they're going for. It's an adventure, kind of action. There's fast-paced movement, and there's humor, stuff like that. But and here's the but: my main beef with the movie is that it actually was not. If you're looking at it in movie terms, or not even in movie terms, but if you're just looking at it as a movie, as something that really should have a plot that is ongoing and stuff, it didn't have that at all. And people say, oh, the movies, that movie had no plot. I mean, as long as something happens in the movie, a movie always has plot. So what I would rather say is that it just did not stick to any one cohesive set of mythological rules. Put it this way. Okay, this is the main bulk of my whole argument here. What are pirates? Okay, nobody knows what pirates actually are, because they're kind of fictional. I mean, there are some real pirates, the Spanish conquistadors, maybe back in that time, something like that. But, despite the few historians who might actually know about pirates, a large amount of the entire genre, or the pirate lore, is exactly that. It's lore. It's what people can come up with, and stories we told on the high seas, and it's just all these different conjunctions of mythologies that are just coming together for this whole pirate lore thing. So now the movie capitalizes on this, as it probably should anyway, because it really makes for some great spectacle. If there's one thing that Pirates of the Caribbean 3 had, it was spectacle. So that's good. Spectacle. Woo. But beyond that, they used everything they should have used and all that stuff, but they just did not stick to it. There was no. I wish there was a book that they put out that said, okay, this is how things roll in our world. This is how it's rolling. Okay, because when they started pulling out things from Greek mythology and other things, and the Kraken and all sorts of other stuff, and put it in. Now the Kraken doesn't make an appearance in 3, so don't worry about it. But besides, what I hate most about Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End is that it was a good movie to watch. It was fun to watch. 3 hours, yeah, but it was a fun movie to watch. But it had they did not stick to the mythology. They just, and I'm not saying that because they added new things. I'm saying they added new things that were just, supposed to enhance and be like, oh, so that's why they meant this in the previous thing, but it was shaky. It was not well done. It was not sturdy at all. It was just, we're going to throw this in because, oh, there's a Greek goddess, who controls the seas, who happens to be the one that Davy Jones likes, and so that's great, that's cool. But also, there's we need a pirate king to declare a war, and there hasn't been a king since we all killed the other one. Okay, non-spoilerish, there's a whole league of pirates. There's pirates from all around the globe, which is, as you've probably seen in the trailer anyway, which is a good idea, right? Except they don't fight in the final battle. Nobody fights in the final battle except Keira Knightley, Orlando Bloom, and Johnny Depp, and then the Pearl and the other ship, which I know the name of, but I'm not going to say because it's supposed to be a secret. But it's just they don't even fight. The 9 legions of pirates, they're at Pirates Cove where they're all convening, right? And they just elected somebody to king of the pirates, and so now they're thinking we're just going to sit back and if the fleet comes and gets us, that's great. But you guys can take care of it. So they're all sitting there, and of course they celebrate at the end. They're drinking, they're partying, and that's what pirates do best. I can't even count the times the pirates ended up fist fighting together. I mean, it's not even at all. I mean, if you want to make a point that pirates are not trustworthy, just cast Johnny Depp and make it a movie specifically, all these other pirates who don't even fight in the final battle. What is the point of having a convention and worrying and establishing that, oh my god, the pirates might be destroyed as we know it? But they don't even fight. They just stay at the end of the day when it's all said and done and over. So, I actually would give this movie a very low rating, except for the fact that it was fun to watch, and I just hate that. I hate a movie. I mean, if you're thinking of something that's based off a theme park ride, I guess, you have to look at it and say, great. But in my opinion, the only, time they stuck to the plot was to deliver the one-liners that have been there since movie one. Where's the rum? Why is the rum gone? Where's the rum? That's all you have to actually advance the plot. You're counting the rum references because it's the only thing you're actually familiar with. You think you're familiar with the characters until you realize that they're on the opposite side, and then they're back, and then they're dealing for themselves, for their own reasons, for their own codings, and maybe that's the point of a pirate and a pirate movie. But I'll tell you what, I wish they would have told me that. And you need an encyclopedia saying, look, this is where we would... I mean, if Peter Jackson directed this film, there would easily be... You'd be able to tell exactly who else was there, who else was getting... J.R.R. Tolkien, if he wrote this film, there'd be a shitload more languages, but, that would just, But the movie was a good movie, but it was too, they just failed. They just failed at sticking to a story that was cool. They go to cool places, which remind me of the upcoming Narnia movie, Voyage of the Dawn Treader. Probably won't be upcoming for another 5 years, but the book, Voyage of the Dawn Treader, they go to the end of the world, and so it's kind of that mythology lore, too. But I would actually rather see these scenes in the Narnia movie, because it's a funny movie. You'll like it if you like the other ones, but I think as a movie it was just absolute crap, so I'm sorry. 7 out of 10. Alright, and just one final thing before I conclude this review. What was up with the giant woman? What was up with the giant woman? Seriously, what was up with it, okay? All the effects in this movie are, pretty good, pretty spectacular. You love watching them. There's all sorts of... There's nothing that those digital people can't do except make a big giant woman look realistic. Because that was just complete crap. Absolute crap. Why did they even bother doing that? Why couldn't they just have said that incantation, had her blow into the sea, and that would have been it? Instead of becoming this big giant woman, who looks so freaking stupid... And it's just, I was so disappointed in it. It just, if you can't make it look realistic, don't do it, because it ruined the movie. It was the only special effect that was just absolutely just dumb. I wish they wouldn't have done it. What was up with that? Alright, I'm sorry. I just had to ask that question. Alright, cool. Yeah, overall 7 out of 10. Good movie, whatever. Take care.